Hi guys, Ryan here. This might sound crazy, but the habits that help me build multiple businesses and generate six figures a month are the same habits that I learned in prison. Back in 2005, I went to prison. I received a 4-year sentence for a one-punch accident that happened in 2003. I served 2 years in prison and 2 years on license. But before I even went to prison, I spent about 2.5 years on strict bail conditions. That was curfews. I had to sign bail twice a week. No alcohol, because when this accident happened, I had alcohol. No licensed premises. My life was very simple, and that was go to work, go home. So most of my 20s were spent living under strict conditions. Then I went to prison, and looking back now, prison actually gave me something that, changed my life. It gave me non-negotiable habits, basically a non-negotiable routine. Every day looked almost exactly the same. I woke up early, what you do today. The first thing I did was pray. I checked in above, and I still do that now today. Then I got washed, brushed my teeth, and get ready for the day. It's just simple, non-negotiable, small habits like that. I went to work at the same time every day. I had my lunch at the same time every day, and my breakfast before that. Then I went back to work again. So that was just very, very simple day in the life in prison. After that, I had a gym time. I had an education time. A dinner at the same time. So all my meals were basically at the same time. And every night we were locked up from 8 p.m. Until 8 a.m. Sorry. That routine repeated itself for 2 years. Everything was non-negotiable. While I was in prison, I managed to get a job working in the gym. And that was one of the hardest jobs to get in the whole prison. But I've always had that mindset. And that was basically, I don't take no for an answer. So I worked in the gym for around about, I was in there 2 years, around about 18 months of being in there. I worked in the gym. And while I was there, I got my personal training qualification. And that's where the idea started, that I would, and I decided that when I get out of prison, I was going to open my own gym. When I came out in 2008, it was late 2007, early 2008, there was a recession on across the UK and Ireland. That's where I'm from, anybody tuning in here. And I remember my father saying to me, who's a successful multi-entrepreneur, You're on your own. There is no money in lifting weights. But I went for it anyway. And this is what I would tell you guys on here. If you've got a gut feeling, just go for it. Go with your gut. Not the family, friends and all are going to try and protect you. People think that you need a perfect business plan before you start. But I've always believed in something different. There is no master plan. You just have to master the plan that you have in your mind. 4 years later, after opening my first gym in 2010, I opened a second gym, which was a franchise. 6 years later, I opened a third gym, which was a franchise. 8 years later, I opened a fourth gym, again. These all became franchises. People saw the brand. I always talk about a personal brand that I had built, and they wanted to build their gyms using the same system. There was a catapult straight in, a springboard. Then in 2018, I launched a meal prep company. And since then, I've sold hundreds of thousands of ready meals online and into shops across Northern and Southern Ireland. And even into the UK, into England, Scotland, Wales. More recently, I launched a personal development coaching business online. And this is where I want to help you guys here. Anybody needs help. Everything I teach is based around what I call the 4 pillars of life. The first pillar is physical. Getting your body in shape is so important, guys. The second one is, you can see these two come hand in hand, is your mental health, right? Building discipline and strong habits. The third one is so important too. This is a massive one for me, and that is spiritual. Having a connection and a purpose in your life. And the fourth pillar is financial. It comes at the very end. Some people want it first, and some do get it first, and then that ends up self-sabotage can happen. Building wealth and stability. Most programs focus on 1 or 2 of these pillars, but real success requires all 4. Now, here's something most people don't know, and I didn't know starting out. Across my businesses, I've generated, and I'm only realizing this now, 7 figures. But I didn't keep, I'm going to say the most of it, but I didn't keep maybe any of it up until the last couple of years from I started to personal develop myself. Because when I left prison, I picked up bad habits. I started drinking again. I started taking drugs for the first time ever when I got out. And over time, that led to a lot of self-sabotage. But over the past 4 years, everything has changed. It's unbelievable. I'm sober. I'll be sober now 4 years, over 4 years, no drugs. And I've got back to the same system that built my discipline in the first place. A non-negotiable routine. And look, it's very simple. I wake up early every day. I check in with God, right? Spiritual connection, even throughout the day as well. I train every day bar Sunday. I don't train on Sunday. I have to rest. I track my food. I eat the foods I love. I protect my time. There's the people, the places and the things that don't align with my life and what I want don't enter my life. that routine took me from prison to building multi businesses and generating 6-figure months right now, which I will push to generating 7 figures. And now my mission is simple: to help other people build the same discipline, the same structure and success in their lives, but keeping them out of prison. If that's something you want help with your training, nutrition, habits, check out the link on this channel. Reach out and let's start a conversation and see if we're the right fit to work together. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is one of many YouTube videos that are coming, and I can't wait to get a chat with you. Keep her LS.